Everyone, welcome back again for another video. Today we're going to be discussing the 2023 FA Cup final, Manchester City versus Manchester United in the Manchester Derby, facing off for the first time in a final in their 190th appearance against each other. They finally face off in a final, and this was just another big chance for City to just get closer to the treble, and they did that today. What a performance they put on in that first half. Let's just get into the game, really. Gündogan, just early on from the beginning, 13 seconds in, Gündogan just scores the fastest goal in FA Cup history, and what a banger it was. He gets it off the volley first time and hits the top right corner. It was just a beautiful goal. Just nothing like you'd ever seen before, that quick into the game. You just couldn't ask for a better start to the game for if you were a City fan. Just a beautiful goal overall. And Gündogan, what a season he is having for City. He's just been the heart and soul of that team, the captain. He's been holding off the load for De Bruyne. He just shows his creativity. And that guy has been through a lot. He's faced through several injuries throughout his career. You know, he obviously had that back injury that left him out for a long period of time, over a year, I believe. He had a broken patella. That guy's been through a lot, but what a player he is. And you can see how tough he is throughout that pitch. And he's a creative mastermind. But back into the game, you know, early on, City had some opportunities. They had two big chances from Haaland, where Haaland had an open shot and goal, where he tries to slide in, De Gea saves, and then he cuts in. There was another possession that he had where he cuts to the left and tries to get the ball on his left foot, and he just shoots it over the net. Wasn't the best opportunities, but City did start off very strong in the first half. They really dominated possession. They were just playing their casual ball as they usually do, just dominating the pitch and just never letting their opponent touch the ball whatsoever. But Manchester United, they didn't really have a good first half at all. They had zero, very minimal opportunities throughout the first half, but they found one moment of life. Aaron Wan-Bissaka headbutts the ball in the right side of the box into Jack Grealish's hand. The referee doesn't really notice it until VAR finally steps up. A couple seconds later, referee looks into the VAR to make sure it was a handball, and Manchester United, just like that, they get some life. They get a penalty. And who steps up? None other than Bruno Fernandes, probably one of their best players right now this season. Well, Rashford has been their best player this season, but we all know the quality Bruno Fernandes displays for Manchester United. He's been really good for them throughout his whole tenure there. And, you know, he steps up for the penalty just as cool as a cucumber, finds the bottom left corner. Couldn't ask for a better finish. He just played the goalkeeper just like that, easy. 1-1 United. Back to the game, though. Once again, Manchester United, once they found that goal, the game kind of died out throughout the first half, and then we go into the second. Early on, 50 minutes in the game, 50 minutes in the second half, Man City have a free kick. De Bruyne crosses it in. He finds Gündogan. Gündogan just outside the box, kicks it with his left foot, and he finds the bottom left corner of the goal. What a goal it was. I think De Gea could have saved it, but I think he just expected Varane to block it with his knee. There was just nothing really. I believe he could have jumped earlier for that ball. It's just unlucky. You know, he gets a grip on it, but he just finds the back of the net. What a goal by Gündogan. I think after this performance, this game, I think City they need to do everything they can to re-sign this guy. They need to do everything in their power. They can't let him leave. If he leaves, that's going to be a real problem for City, because he brings a huge presence to that team in that midfield. He finds so many chances. And I know City have a lot of players on that pitch. They have De Bruyne. They have Bernardo Silva. They have Jack Grealish. They have a lot of good creative players, but why lose him? He's been one of your best players. I would, if I'm Pep Guardiola, if I'm that City, if I'm the board of director of Man City, I'm going in there. I'm throwing in as much cash as possible to at least maybe get him for another season or go for 2. He's been amazing for them. He's just been really good for Man City and really giving them this opportunity to go after that treble. And it displayed that. But once that goal went in, City, they kind of died down a little bit. They kind of laid back on autopilot. And then Manchester United, they finally started finding opportunities. Rashford, he had a good opportunity just outside the box. He goes and finishes it, and it just goes over the bar. He clears pass over the bar. Another good chance. They bring in Alejandro Garnacho for Eriksen. He brought some life to them as well, creating some chances. But there was one chance he had in particular where he's out on the left. He dribbles past one, gets it on his right foot, and just gets it wide. He just scrapes past the post. It was an unlucky opportunity. And they had a couple more chances too. Garnacho had a couple more runs. He gave them maybe a chance, showed United that sense of urgency that they needed, but it wasn't good enough. And the only other big opportunity for what I can remember of the game was just the ending where, McTominay goes up for a header, and the City defender, I'm not sure who it was. I think it was John Stones or Ruben Diaz. He just clears it off the line. I think that was the closest opportunity they had to tie the game, and just like that, the whistle blew. It was over. Man City just get closer to their treble. They've now won the Premier League and now the FA Cup. The question is, can they beat Inter Milan for the Champions League title? Can they go on and win the treble? Who knows? Manchester United fans, I know you're worried that you wanted to do anything possible to not get them closer to winning this game today. City fans, now, if they win the treble, it's not going to look good for United fans. They can hold that against them. They can hold that against the United fans now. Hey, you guys won a treble. We've won one too. But this team, they're so stacked. I think they will beat Inter Milan, really. I could just see them winning that game. Not easily, because Inter Milan are a tough team. But, man, if they win that treble, this is going to be a team for the history books. I'll tell you that. I will definitely tell you that with Erling Haaland, the way he's been playing, he's got 52 goals in 52 appearances. He's just been a machine this season for them. And people doubting him in the Premier League, saying he's not going to do good. I never thought that. I can't believe people would imagine that. He's been just amazing for them. And for all that creativity in that team, he just has so many people to supply him for goals. It's insane. It really is. But that team overall is amazing with Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne, Ruben Diaz in the defense, and Pep Guardiola. It'll be good for him too, because he's gotten a lot of criticism over the years of not winning a title. Not a title, but the Champions League title. He hasn't won the Champions League since he was in Barca, and that's a long time. It's been way over 10 years since that happened back in the tiki-taka days with Messi. But we'll see. I think this team, this will take them over the hump. I think so. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? If they'll win the treble, if not, we'll stay in tune. Manchester United, they definitely got to do some improvements over the summer, and I think they will. Ten Hag's a good manager, but other than that, everybody, good game, boys. I'll catch you later. Deuces.